Again, this is for my own sanity. I never thought I would say in my entire existence that the New York Jets have beaten the Philadelphia Eagles in the regular season. You know, the Philadelphia Eagles have played the New York Jets 12 times. 12 times these two teams have played, and the Eagles have won every single one of them. Now, a lot of that has to do with the fact that the New York Jets had been a poverty franchise for such a long time. But this time, the Philadelphia Eagles went to the Meadowlands, went to MetLife Stadium, where they go every year. Philadelphia Eagles go to MetLife Stadium every season. And they got walloped. There is absolutely no excuse for losing this game. You know, I would love to, come out and be like, yeah, it was just a loss, and we're gonna learn from it and move on, and everything's fine. This game right here was a microcosm for the entire season. Horrendous play calling. I don't know what Brian Johnson is doing. I don't even know why he's on the team. I will say that much like other Eagles fans, we just got duped by all the experts who told us that Brian Johnson was a genius. He's not. Brian Johnson is to offensive coordinators like Billy Davis is to defensive coordinators. And if you want to know about Billy Davis, man, Billy Davis was one of the worst coordinators in Philadelphia Eagles history. He's like head coaches, he's like offensive coordinators like Rich Kotite is to head coaches. Just awful. The Philadelphia Eagles were running on all cylinders on offense last year, barely even having any issues. But now, it's looking like the guy can't even coach a peewee team. It's horrendous. Jalen Hurts should not be throwing the ball 40 plus times in a game where the game is close. The New York Jets were one of the worst rushing defenses in the entire NFL. And oh my God. Maybe it's because I'm not a head coach. Maybe it's because I'm not a head coach and I don't call plays and I'm not an offensive coordinator. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why, I'm sitting on the couch and I'm not sitting on the couch. I can't sit on the couch when this team is playing. Maybe I'm just standing there watching the TV and I'm just picking this apart, kind of like an armchair quarterback or a Monday morning quarterback or something like that. This harkens back so much to when Andy Reid was the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. I feel like I've got PTSD. Yeah, PTSD from football. What a concept. I remember times when the Philadelphia Eagles would play teams like the Raiders. Does anyone remember that time the Raiders beat the Eagles 13-9? What was another situation? The Bengals of 2008. Remember that one time the Philadelphia Eagles tied the Bengals and Donovan McNabb didn't know what a tie was? Games like those where, the Eagles have absolutely no business losing this game. Like, look, if this team was like the Chiefs and that was the game, dude, I'd be sitting there like upset, but at the same time, like, I wouldn't be as disappointed as I am right now. I wouldn't be as snarky as I am right now. I'd be like, dude, we lost to the Chiefs by 6 points. That's pretty good, right? There are no moral victories in this situation. The Philadelphia Eagles are being hampered by the fact that their offensive coordinator has no idea what he's doing, right? You had 5 weeks to get the show on the road, but it didn't happen. When you turn the ball over 4 times, you're not winning a football game. Or you could win a football game, but your chances of winning that football game are extremely low, especially when you couldn't get any turnovers yourself. Almost every single time after the second quarter, whenever the Eagles got into Jets territory, they just did everything that they could to kind of just spank themselves and shoot themselves in the foot in order to get out of there and give the Jets the ball. Free balls for the Jets. We were basically playing hot potato with the football. And that's inexcusable for any team. Look, I know that the Jets are a team that plays teams really tough. And I know that the Eagles had a lot of injuries themselves, but so did the Jets. The Jets had a lot of injuries themselves. And beyond Brian Johnson, which I can tell that nobody on the Eagles, none of these players respect the guy. Everyone was like, oh, he's got history with Jalen Hurts. What history does he have with Jalen Hurts? I don't see any history that he has with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts almost looks like he doesn't even respect the guy either. Jalen Hurts has looked like garbage this whole season. Okay? And I know a lot of Eagles fans will say stuff like, well, Dak Prescott also threw like 4 interceptions the last week. Okay. Well, our quarterback threw 3 interceptions in a game where the Dallas Cowboys blew the Jets out. There was no reason for the Eagles to lose this game, but they found a way to do it. And outside of Brian Johnson, it falls on the arms of Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has played, again, horrendous this season. I had 0 criticism for Jalen Hurts last season, but this season, he's averaged like 1.5 turnovers a game, which is really bad. He has 7 touchdowns and 7 interceptions in this game, or this season. It's just an epic meltdown on his part. Let me ask like an honest question. The score is 14-12. Okay? The score is 14-12. And it is 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. The Jets have no more timeouts, and you're close to midfield. So if you punt the ball, you could pin them deep, potentially, right? Why are we throwing the ball? Why are we doing that? Why are we putting our quarterback, who has been struggling all day, in that situation? Riddle me this. Who's making these decisions? There's no rhyme or reason for it. That's the problem with this team. Yeah, I know the 49ers lost to the Browns. I don't care. I care about this team. I care about how well this team has played. I don't care. I don't care about the 49ers right now. We have our own issues. We have our own problems. And one of the problems is the fact that we can't get it done in the red zone. We call stupid plays all game long. Most of our turnovers, by the way, they happened on first down. That's demoralizing, dude. That's just, and look, congratulations to the Jets. They got it done, and the Eagles didn't. Now, I want you to understand this. The Eagles have a gauntlet schedule over the next 7 weeks. Miami, best offense in the NFL. Washington, 500 football team. We have a bye, thankfully. And then we got Dallas, who has our number, Buffalo, and the 49ers. We could be 6-4, or heck, maybe even 6-5 at that point in time. We could be 5-6. That's just an absolute gauntlet schedule. And it would have been great to win this game so that we could be like, yeah, if we lose some of these games, it's not going to be as big of a deal. But we don't have that luxury. Because our coach bites the bullet and melts down. Doesn't know what he's doing. Our offensive coordinator doesn't know what he's doing, and our quarterback has forgotten how to play. Like last year, we were one of the least turnover prone teams. This year, we're one of the most. And that's scary.